I got to explaining to you last night how that when the founding fathers of the United States made their way to the United States to start a new life with the hope of escaping the tyranny of the monarchy. And in fact, the monarchy is in Europe. What they expected was a great life, but they were not alone. It was a mixed multitude.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you had those who had a mind to establish a place to serve God.
Yes, sir.
But you had those who had a mind to take them back, not necessarily physically,
Yes.
but to ensure that they remained under the dominion
Yes, sir.
of the powers they were escaping from. But it also had a greater and more peculiar purpose. And, you know, sometimes, like I mentioned yesterday, there are those who don't understand some of these things, and they think it's all conspiracy theorizing. And I said to you, do you even know the meaning of a conspiracy theory? The issue is not the conspiracy there. The subject, the main point, is the theory. See, it is whether we're discussing the theory or we're discussing facts.
Yes, sir.
And when I stand here to discuss things with you, I don't like to discuss mere opinions.
Yes.
I like to show you, give you information. And I always say, do your research.
Yes, sir. Yes, Pastor. Yes, sir.
Do your research.
Yes.
But if you should understand, in doing research, source of information is important.
Yes, sir.
Especially nowadays, where they're polluting
Yes.
sources of information.
Yes.
It's very sad, but that's what's happening. Because they have the power to do it. That's why they're doing it.
Yes.
That's why they're doing it. I mean, Google is not for a government. It's private.
Yes, sir.
So whatever they want to do, they can do. Facebook is not for a government. It's private. They can do what they want to do.
Yes.
See, YouTube is not for government. It's private. So whatever they want to do, they're going to do. And you can't stop them because it's theirs. It's private property. So even if you're angry, you probably don't really have a right to be angry with them because it's theirs.
Yes, sir.
And that's why God's people need to wake up
Yes.
and realize
Yes.
that
Yes.
sources of information are being polluted.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
And so it's not how things used to be.
No.
And as a researcher myself, I've come to really understand lots of things that have happened. The materials that I've researched years ago, and with the current crisis, they added things to those materials
Yes.
that were not there.
Yes.
But because I had a lot of the originals, I could see the difference. Very sad that the so-called updated some information without even letting the readers know
Yes, sir.
that there had been an update. In some, they were honest enough to say updated, and you see when it was updated recently. And they're not supposed to have updated such things. But they did.
Yes, sir.
They did. because they don't want you to know the truth. They're hiding the truth.
Yes,
It's the kind of thing they did with Encyclopedia Britannica. In several newer editions, they've removed them. Now, for those of us who used to use Encyclopedia Britannica for years, we had, there's this large set of volumes. We caught them.
Red-handed. Yes, sir.
But you find a lot of the newer ones don't have the information. From 1992, you'd find a lot of information removed. You have to go to older ones.
Yes.
To see some of such information. So they've been planning this for long. They knew what they wanted, and they started extrapolating this information from where they used to be. So yesterday, I told you something. I read something to you, and I want